Kia ora from Aotearoa. This is Poppy speaking, and I am bringing you an energy report for 13 dog going into 1 monkey, which starts tomorrow from the time that this goes out. And 13 dog, okay, this is my cat. She's not a dog, but she loves going for walks in the forest with me, which is a little bit like a dog, and she is definitely rather special creature. So 13 dog ascends us up to 1 monkey with love, loyalty, truth and justice. It's the final day of the knife trecena. So many illusions are shattered at the end of this trecena as we ascend up into the monkey trecena. So our wills have really needed to surrender to really trust the divine plan in order to become magical. And the highest frequencies of love produce magic and the ability to transcend time. So monkey is the time weaver, and you won't find any monkeys in New Zealand or Aotearoa, as it's much more aptly named, not being a corporate name. Anyway, so transcending time, that is really part of what the monkey trecena is about, and that's because we can ascend up so strongly because we have this love, this loyalty, and we've cut away illusions that have kept us trapped in our pasts. And it's really a time to be very magical, playful, creative. It's all about love. So love is the very high frequency that we have that allows us to transcend time. And we can actually, and we have, like people that are quite aware of their dream time and how they move and are in this world, will realize that they've actually possibly gone ahead of themselves to make a way for themselves in the past. And this is like time transcendence. So we make a way for ourselves, and it's really about relaxing into the now moment. So in the now we may see our future, but not lean into it and stress our spines and our necks. And we're also able to look back, but not go back and bend over backwards to illusions such as shame and guilt. Since I look into my own energies, I've realized that often my neck is out and leaning forward because I've been looking too far into the future rather than using that sort of transcendence of time in the now, which is enough, and that does communicate everything to me that I really, really need. But in order to have a better life and all of these things, I've been a little bit future orientated. So my challenge is to actually really allow myself to settle into the now and not strain my neck by looking ahead all the time, but just having myself fully centered within my body. So we are in the center column of the Tzolkin, and 13 dog and 1 monkey are the center 2 days. So the center is like the spinal column, and so we straighten up our spinal column as we straighten up our lives and our belief systems and everything that goes on. And we ascend up in consciousness as a collective, so as a soul tribe family, and each one of us expressing our authenticity and becoming united in diversity. So 7 seed was at the peak of this day wave, and we're just about finished the day wave, and we'll head into a night wave very soon. And so we're bridging between the little 2 days of the Tzolkin and the 9, and so, sorry, what I'm trying to say, I'm actually finding it a little bit hard to get words out today. My mind's all a bit muddly, and I think it's all to do with cutting away the last of these illusional energies. You know, I've got them as well. We've all got them. and sort of getting out of the mind and much more into the heart, expanding and just being intuitive. So I think sometimes when things aren't flowing, we're still maybe sorting things out in our minds. And, you know, I believe that that's what I've been doing, having cut away like just such big stuff from my life. And I'm sure that everybody has, because this is a very powerful time, a very powerful trecena. So my reports on the 9th wave are a combination of only 3 elements of the calendar. So I've got the 9th wave, which are the unity consciousness waves, as Dr. Carl Kellerman's research has discovered. And I also look at the trecena, and I look at the day sign within the trecena and the 9-day phases, and that's all I'm looking at. There's so many aspects to the Mayan calendar and the other waves that can be quite prophetic. And I guess for me, because I've had this tendency to look ahead rather than just trust in the divine plan, I've had to grow to learn how to trust in the divine plan and to trust that everything's going to be all right, and that everything has a purpose, everything has a season, and everything has a time. So I don't tend to go into the prophetic part of it as much as I find it very, very interesting. But to me, it's still a mental sort of uncertainty type thing that I have, because we're actually moving along very, very nicely within the energies. We're actually doing very, very well. And I've noticed that every time we go around the Tzolkin, which is a 260-day period, which is the gestation of a human pregnancy, from conception to birth, it's like our consciousness is actually working with these energies far, far more, because we've purified, we've cleansed, and we are learning how to transcend time. So we will enter into the monkey trecena, which starts right after 13 dog, which comes about in a few hours. And I've discovered from consulting with, calls himself Jaguar Wisdom, Ken, I can't remember his last name, but the energies don't just suddenly stop and start. What happens is that we have the energies strong in the day. So right now we're in 12 water, it's just after the eclipse today, and then that energy will gradually die down as 13 dog comes, and then that energy will die down, and then one monkey will come up. But there's no particular cut-off day, and it was never quite viewed like that. And it's more of a modern thing that I'm thinking, that people want to know what their signs are and to work with that. So my focus has been much more on the overall global energies, the unity consciousness energies, because I believe and have found in my personal journey that everybody a good collective of people coming into unity consciousness is actually going to be our answer to move into the new earth. And it also keeps us within divine time and within divine will, instead of us trying to just put our own energy in there. Let's listen to a little bit of bird song up there. A little bit of Timeless Now in the Ngāhere. Apparently it's going to rain very heavily soon. So it's just lovely to come out here, take my cat dog for a walk, and just be in nature. This is so refreshing. Nature is real and governed by the cyclic and spiraling movement of time, which is not linear. It's not a false construct like most timelines are. It's quite funny. You can hear all the motorcycles just coming past, which are more artificially made. So blessings to you. Hope you just enjoyed this little transmission, little walk in nature, little bit of my star cat dog and blessings.